What's going on, everybody? This is Mitchell from Discord and Harmony, and I'm here with my placement matches. This is going to be match 6 through 10. The first 3 matches that I'm going to be showing here, I played with Joiner, and then the last one I did a solo queue. And as you can see from the length of the video, for 4 matches, I cut a lot out of these. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to show every single game, but just small snippets of each game, or if I want to just show the good games and then show kind of basically just the results of the games that aren't close, whether it's like a blowout win or a blowout loss. So I'll probably do the latter moving forward. But I wanted to make sure I showed all the placement matches. Also, another note, I bought a pop filter yesterday, and I'm using it now, so hopefully our audio quality will be increased. I sometimes have problems with this $60 snowball with popping and crackling and all that kind of stuff, so hopefully that'll fix it. So our first game here is on Dorado. And as you guys can see, I play Reinhardt. That's a character I end up playing a lot on Dorado and a lot just in general. Partly because I enjoy him, but also because he's just so good that you can't afford to not have one. And so if you're picking your team and your team doesn't have one, it's a pretty big risk to not pick him, in my opinion, especially if you already know how to play him. If you don't know how to play him very well, you can make the excuse. But if you're in my position and you know how to play Reinhardt, which by the way everybody should know how to play Reinhardt, then I wouldn't be in this position as often. But yeah, if you get in the position where your team doesn't have a Reinhardt and it just makes sense for the composition to have one, pick Reinhardt. Don't be an asshole. You need it. But anyways, this game did not go well. They mowed over us on that first point. They're running Bastion, and we actually did a pretty decent job of focusing the Bastion down. But the real problem was their McCree, and I don't know if I really show many clips of their McCree doing a whole lot, but man, their McCree he would always be stunning over my shield. And he would just fan me down, and then once I was taken out, there was just nobody to hold the front, and then he would kill 1 or 2 in the process as well. So yeah, it was rough. So after the first round, I basically filled again, and we needed another healer, so I decided to go Lucio, as you can see. And once again, it did not go great. We got the first point, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we actually end up pushing this all the way. We'll find out here in a minute, but it was a struggle every single meter we got. None of the pushes felt good. It always felt like it was close to our last chance. Joiner res me right there. That was a little momentum res, so I didn't have to run all the way back. That was nice. I appreciated that. But yeah, so let's talk about Season 4 a little bit, because I've gotten to play, probably, if you include the placement matches, probably close to 30 games, maybe like 25 games so far in Season 4. And it's way different from Season 3, that's for sure. And it feels like I'm having a little bit of trouble adjusting. And I think what that partially is my best characters have always been the healers and the tanks, and especially the tanks. I've always been like Reinhardt I'm really good with, and Zarya I'm really good with. And D.Va, when she was broken, I was good with. Now, I'm not great with her. but I could carry games a lot easier because supports, I'm good with the supports too, but it's just you can't really carry a game with the support nearly as well. But in the current meta, it just feels like the tanks, they don't make as much of a difference. And one thing I've been noticing a lot, especially when I play Reinhardt, is his shield is just very difficult to keep above 1000 HP. Like, I don't know what it is. The easy assumption is that it's Bastion being everywhere. But even in games where there isn't Bastion, it just feels like my shield is so much lower than it used to be all the time. And I think it's a combination of they're just DPS being better in this meta, so you have more people who can do damage to your shield, and I think it's a combination of that. It's Bastion being around, and it's Roadhog's change, because Roadhog was already pretty good at busting shields, but I feel like the buff that they gave him helps it even more, because now his primary fire is good at busting shields along with his secondary, because the secondary you kind of needed to be in the right range. So yeah, I don't know, it's rough. I don't know what I need to do, but I definitely need to do something so I can win a little bit more consistently on this season. And at the end of the video, you guys will see what I get placed at. But it's about what I expected, to be honest. For those of you who don't know, the placement matches are kind of irrelevant. My theory for where you get placed is it starts you out like 100 below your final SR for the previous season. And if you let's say you win like 100% of your games, then you'll get ranked whatever you ended the season with. But if you lose like 50%, then you'll go down like 200 SR. If you lose like 100%, you'll go down like 400 SR or something like that. I don't know the exact algorithm, but that's what it feels like. It feels like pretty much no matter what, you're going to be below, unless you just win all your games, you're going to be below where you finished the previous season at, and the games really just determine how far below that's going to be. But anyways, we're trying to get to Masters. That's the goal of the series, as you can tell from the title, I'm sure. And Alex and I we've been talking, and it's gonna be a long road to Masters, I think. And so let's talk about some of the characters I really want to pick up. And one of them is on your screen right now. It's Tracer. And this is game 2. You saw we lost game 1. That game ended up being like 30 minutes. And I feel like Tracer she has the ability to carry games pretty well, but you have to be good with her, and I'm just not at that level yet. I'm at the level where if I've got a good team with me, we can be effective, but I can't carry a game. And as you see, it's not working, and I switch off to Zenyatta. We needed a second healer anyways. But yeah, this game right here, this game was super frustrating, man. This is one of the prime examples of just terrible team synergy and team coordination. No, what's the word? That's not what I'm looking for. Communication. I knew it started with a C. Terrible communication. First of all, we had a person playing Widow the entire game, and they were in a 3-stack. So it was the Widow and 2 of her friends, and the Widow was just bitching and shitting on her Mercy friend the entire game, blaming everything that happened on the Mercy, and not making call outs, just talking the entire time, but none of it was relevant. And it was just like, I couldn't think. Joiner, who I was playing with, actually just muted his mic, so I couldn't even talk to him. And I just stopped talking and just played frustrated for a good 20 minutes, which is not good. What we should have done, I think, is we should have just switched over to party chat. That's what it's there for. Or I guess group chat is what they call it in game. I never use group chat. I just use the party system. But yeah, it was not a good time. I was getting super frustrated. There's nothing worse than cluttered comms, especially comms that are toxic. It's like that's as bad as it gets. And especially whenever the person that is being toxic and blaming everybody else is the person playing Widowmaker. And I don't know about you, but I haven't seen Widowmaker in the top right corner the entire game. I don't know what she was doing, but other than blaming everybody, she wasn't killing anything. And yeah, it was a frustrating game. They're about to take this third point. And yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do for the rest of the games is I'm gonna actually put which game it is in the somewhere on screen, and I may be showing just the play of the game. I may be showing just a clip. The only thing I'm for sure gonna show from each game is the that very last screen before you leave the game, where it shows you the change in SR. The only time that's ever not going to be the case is if somebody else is party leader and they back out, but I've told everybody that I've been playing with so far not to, and it's only happened once. But I want to at least be able to show you guys the SR change, and I haven't decided. I kind of want to do it like I do this video with the placement matches, where I just show it at the end of each game. But if I'm not showing every game, what it might be better to do is just show a couple games and then show all the SR changes in a row at the end with just the couple games, and just show like how many games it's been. Basically, the way I was telling Alex I wanted this series to be is I wanted it to kind of be like a vlog, but a video game version of it, if that makes sense. So I'm not showing everything that happens. I'm just showing some of I'm showing enough so you guys feel like you're getting a similar experience as I am playing. Because I want to. Part of getting to Masters and the struggle to getting Masters is you're not gonna win every game. A lot of YouTubers and just gamers in general, that they like to show you the highlights. They like to show you the best. They show you the games where they go fucking 70-5. They don't show you the games where you die more times than you kill somebody. And I don't want to show you those entire games just because it's frustrating to watch. But I still want to show you that those games happen. And so I don't want to leave any games out. And so I think by at least putting the SR change, it'll give you guys an idea of how many games it's going to take me to get to Masters. Because I don't know how many it'll be, but I'm expecting it to be a lot. I'm expecting it to be a lot more than I expect, if that makes sense. Probably not, but it's kind of like working out. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm really into fitness and working out, and my philosophy has always been that everything, however long you plan on getting, like whatever goal you have, however long you think it's going to take you, triple it. And that's probably about how long it'll actually take you to get there, because we always think it's going to happen faster than it is. And if you do that, it kind of takes away this sense in your head that, oh, I can get to Masters in a week. Like, yeah, if I get on a really lucky win streak, I could probably get to Masters in a week, but the likelihood of that actually happening is pretty low. And if I don't deserve to be in Masters and I do get that lucky kill or win streak and happen to get there, I'm not gonna stay there. And the thing is, I wanna stay there. I wanna be a Masters player. Masters is the first rank, if you don't know, where if you lose it, if you go below Masters, you actually lose your Masters icon. So like right now, if I were to get Diamond and then fall into Platinum, which is what happened at the end of last season, I fell into like 29 something. I still held my Diamond icon, but in Masters that wouldn't happen. So I don't want to just get lucky and get into it and then fall out. So, okay, this is the end of game 3, and after those 3 losses in a row, I told Joiner, I was like, I'm done. So that was actually a day or so ago where those 3 games, and then this game was today. It was the first game I played today. I played a little solo queue. Oh, no, actually, nope, this is overtime. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. This is overtime of game 3. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I wanna get to the point where I'm actually a Masters level player. So in the beginning of the season right now, my focus actually isn't to rank up, as odd as that sounds, because it's a race that me and Alex are doing. But my focus is actually I wanna just improve. I wanna understand the meta right now. I want to evolve my skills. I want to evolve my playstyle to where I can run a dive comp, because there have been, out of all the games that I've played, there's been probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 times that we've tried to run dive comps, and maybe only 1 or 2 where it was actually successful. And part of that is just because dive comp takes a lot of coordination, but I think the majority of it is I've been running Death Ball for months. You know, I don't play the dive comp playstyle because I don't main any of those heroes. I don't main Tracer, I don't main Genji, I don't main Winston. I kind of main Lucio, and I can main Zenyatta, but those aren't the key parts of the dive comp. Those can go on a Death Ball comp too. So, but the Winston, like I'm playing on the screen right now, that's one that I really need to learn. Now, something else I wanted to talk about is Orisa, I believe is her name. That's the new tank that's going to be coming out. And like I said earlier in this video, I am kind of a tank main. I played tanks better than any other character. And so you guys can bet your ass I'm going to be picking up this new character. And I have a feeling that she's going to be a main tank. So if you look at the 2 main tanks, you have Winston and you have Reinhardt. And typically, whichever one of those 2 you're running, assuming you're running only one of them, is going to determine what style of composition you run, right? So usually if you run a Reinhardt, you run a Death Ball style and everybody stays behind the Reinhardt. If you run a Winston, you use his mobility and he jumps up to the front, and then everybody, like your Genji and your Tracer, close the gap. Well, with Orisa, it seems like she's going to be kind of, I think she's going to create a brand new style that we can't even, maybe we can try to predict it, but it's going to have all new synergies and all new play styles, and I think it's going to be more staying in place, because if you look at her kit, she's got her projected barrier, which is, you know, you put it down, but the barrier itself doesn't move. So it's better to put it down and kind of stay behind it. And the barrier has a lot of HP. It's like 900, and usually by the time it's gone, you have another one. And when she's shooting, she can't move very much. So I'm predicting that the playstyle that's going to go around with her is going to work better on like defense, like whenever you're defending a control point or something. And I have a feeling it's it's just gonna. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna go well with it. I think Reinhardt will actually go very well with her, but we'll see. I haven't looked into her a whole lot, but I do know kind of the general idea of what she can do. But I'm excited. I'm super excited for that. Some of my friends were saying that they think she's gonna be OP, but I don't know. From what I've seen, I think she's gonna be pretty killable because her ability, while it does kind of increase her resistance to damage, the main thing that it does is it just decreases crowd control, which is good, but it's completely new. It's kind of like when Anna's nade was introduced. It's like, well, we've never been able to do that before. So I think that's why it's gonna create a new style of play. But anyways, this is about the end of the video. This is the end of this last match here, this solo queue Dorado match. And as you can see, we lose it by a lot. We lose like 3-0. And yeah, so the first half of placements went really well for me, but the second half were a fucking bomb. They did not go well. And so let's see where I get placed. 4 losses. Whew. 27-43. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be looking out for new content and some more Race to Masters. Gonna be doing more full games of quality games, probably is what I'm thinking. But if you guys liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter, and I'm out. Have a good one.